When Linden Lab announced their ban on gambling, all hell broke loose. During an interview with former blackjack millionaire Vito Arguello, we got an invite to Orientation Island. The sim was packed with angry demonstrators shouting expletives and waving homemade protest signs. Vito suspected the location of the protest was strategically chosen.
This is really going to affect the newbies, because now with orientation blocked, they got to go to another one of the Orientation Islands, and if they get blocked up, newbies in this game are going to be pretty scarce today.
Nobody knows if the login slowdown made an impression on Linden Lab. Spanky Straff is one resident who is not in the mood for experiments. The casino owner and certified dealer says his financial situation is dire.
I am a disabled U.S. veteran. I'm also engaged in a fight to obtain pension. This is my sole source of income.
Spanky saw his slot machines and poker tables vaporized. His casino is an empty shell. He accuses Linden Lab of defrauding him in excess of $2,000 US.
Linden Labs, without giving so much as a moment's notice, has given no fair compensation to any citizen. What they have said is that we have the ability to do what we want to do.
Spanky Straff is now head of the group Anti-SL Socialism Today, which openly considers Linden Lab a totalitarian regime. Benjamin Noble is the president of the SL Bar Association and blogs at virtuallyblind.com. He sees nothing arbitrary with the Linden move and welcomes the policy clarification.
There has been some pressure put on them from outside of the country. Between that and the FBI's inquiries into Second Life earlier this year, they probably took a hard look at it and realized they were in violation of the UIGEA, the Unlawful Internet Gambling Enforcement Act.
Congress passed the Unlawful Internet Gambling Enforcement Act at the end of 2006. From then on, banks were prohibited from processing payments from internet gambling transactions. By allowing residents to convert Linden dollars back to real US dollars, Linden Lab effectively acts like a bank. Noble adds that the proactive approach Linden is taking with regards to other countries' laws might be an effort to facilitate business relations with host locations of future server farms.
Simulated images of child pornography is expressly legal in the United States. It's not legal in Germany, and Linden Lab has banned it. They're, I think, trying to be an international company and comply with at least the most newspaper-worthy laws in the countries where it's trying to do business.
Linden critic Prokofy Neva is not convinced the company has finally grown up. On the podcast Second Rant, published through Nick Wilson's Metaverse.com blog, she said that SL might not be a straight-out dictatorship, but clearly shows the chaos of a transitional structure.
They print money out of thin air and sell it. This is like Yeltsin's Russia, you know, this is what led to the great ruble crash.
Prokofy predicts that when banned casino owners are forced to cash out, the flood of Linden dollars will actually hurt this virtual economy. Enforcement of the ban seemed sporadic at best. Members of the group Keep Casinos Legal in SL continue to spread locations of non-compliant, fully operational casinos. I was able to find one just down the road from Spanky. My attempts to get an official statement from Linden Lab were understandably unsuccessful. Meanwhile, at the Orientation Island protest, an Australian by the name of Fletcher Rogers chimes in about the unique nature of SL gambling. The homemade machinery might be rigged altogether.
In a lot of those games, you're putting a lot of faith in the person who created the scripts and the programming behind that software, and that's another problem for Linden Lab. If I go and lose a lot, who do I sue? Do I try to find this person who set up their game in Second Life, or do I actually just take on Linden Labs? It's a minefield.
Well, it's an interesting point, Fletcher. I bet you 5,000 Linden dollars that Linden Lab just wanted to resell the seized casino property for cash. Want to take the bet? Shh, not so loud. There might be some undercover Lindens hanging around. For Life4You News, this is Draxtor Dupre.